Welcome back to Giant Freakin' Robot. X-Men 97 is here, and it's important. It's important because the original 90s X-Men cartoon it's based on is important. Before it, the X-Men were confined in popularity to a few readers of comics. Afterward, they became enough of a phenomenon that Hollywood gave them a blockbuster movie. That 2000 movie then went on to launch the entire modern Hollywood world of superhero blockbuster universes.
I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're using your made-up names. I'm Spider-Man, then.
Would Avengers Endgame ever have been made if X-Men the animated series hadn't existed 20 years before it? I doubt it.
Assemble.
So, if you're going to make a new season of the animated series that launched an entire trillion-dollar entertainment industry, you'd better get it right. X-Men 97 does get it right. It's as if X-Men the animated series never ended, and in between Season 5 and this, what would have been Season 6, there were some minor technological improvements in the field of animation. The reason the 90s X-Men animated series was so good, and the reason this one is too, is well-written linear storytelling involving complex and interesting characters dealing with issues beyond the realm of which villains to punch. Don't worry, they do a lot of punching too. Like the previous 5 seasons of the show, X-Men 97 is smart and unusual enough for adults and also flashy and fast enough for kids. Not many cartoons outside the world of anime manage to pull that off. The first X-Men 97 episode takes advantage of those minor improvements in animation to deliver the kind of action scene the animators of the original probably always dreamed of, but lacked the resources to pull off.
To me, my X-Men.
Cyclops, getting the starring role he deserves, leads the X-Men into battle against hordes of Sentinels. In doing so, all our main characters get to show off their powers for a new audience, while at the same time the show closes the loop on the Sentinel arc begun in the 90s animated series' very first episode. When your friends talk about X-Men 97, the first thing they're going to say is, "Did you see Cyclops do that?" His entry into the battlefield alone is worth the price of a Disney Plus subscription. The second episode begins what is sure to be the season's primary plot, involving the loss of Charles Xavier and a newly reformed Magneto in his stead. It cuts into the meat of what has always given the X-Men substance, the constant tension between mutants and regular humans. X-Men 97 returns to tackling the issue the way the 90s X-Men did, avoiding the reinterpretation of the franchise's central conflict done by creep director Bryan Singer in his early 2000s X-Men films. Though the motivation for everything Bryan Singer did must now be questioned in light of the horrific allegations against him, his modified approach to making mutant freedom an allegory for gay rights was a good one.
Have you tried not being a mutant?
But used beyond the realm of a movie or two, it's limiting. There's so much more going on beneath the surface of the X-Men's mutant world than parables for one specific cultural battle.
What mutant problem?
X-Men 97 seems to get that. If it does and the show continues on this track, it will equal the work of the original animated series and perhaps surpass it. In the meantime, did you see that thing Cyclops did? Until next time, this has been Giant Freakin' Robot.
Solid work, team. See you on the ground.